let me come back to Tanzania. This agenda to Islamicize the whole continent of Africa is the reason why John Pombe Magufuli died. God spoke to me about John Magufuli more than 2 years ago, just about the time that he died. I will be very unpopular by saying these words, but they are true. I am a man of God. You may not believe it now. Maybe 100 years when I'm gone, you'll believe it. John Magufuli, the president of Tanzania, was assassinated. The woman that is president of Tanzania today is a stooge. She's working for a mafia that gives her orders. She's governing on behalf of a very powerful cartel. And the agenda is to turn every square inch of Tanzania into an Islamic territory. Now, let me say something to you. If you know something about Tanzania, you will know that by the time John Pombe Magufuli died, the most prominent opposition leader in Tanzania was in exile. John Pombe Magufuli was not a saint. He was almost a dictator. Okay. He hunted and killed his opponents, just like most of our African leaders. Yes. He was terrorizing his opposition. But one thing that he had, which is the reason why I'm giving this prophecy, he was actually a stumbling block to the Islamic agenda in Tanzania. Okay. So they saw him as a stumbling block. They took him out. Okay. John Magufuli was assassinated for the Islamic agenda. The first thing that happened upon his burial is that the new president, this woman, she brought the opposition leader and said, we are going to allow you to come back. Let bygones be bygones. So she became a saint to the opposition leader in Tanzania. Okay. But what people of Tanzania need to ask is what happened to opposition politics since this woman came in. All right. The Islamic system in Tanzania is diffusing all opposition efforts to make sure that this woman does not find a challenger. All right. Because this woman is only a puppet of the Islamic leaders who are in charge of business in Tanzania. Business in Tanzania has become more powerful than politics. Right. So the business leaders in Tanzania are Islamic leaders as well. They want their business empires to flourish. Right. And a president who is not a Muslim is going to change policies. But I want to say this. The reason why I'm giving this prophecy as well, it is because Tanzania, the social fabric in Tanzania is divided. There is a significant population in Tanzania of people who are not Muslims, but they are increasingly becoming a minority. Some of them are now joining Islam because when you are a Muslim, it's easy to get a job now in Tanzania. Okay. Okay. Now, I want those who are in Tanzania to say I am lying. But from the time this woman came into power, Tanzanians, especially those who are in major cities, in Dar-es-Salaam, and other cities, you can agree with me that the state is now heavily militarized. Tanzanians are now very afraid to criticize the government because this woman and her handlers have hired more people to become secret security agents to silence and threaten the population. The people of Tanzania are under a besiegement by their own government. Just like the situation is in Zimbabwe, where you don't even have freedom to say, but this Minister of Finance is bogus. How can he introduce a new currency after every new currency? You can't criticize the Minister of Finance in a public transport. Someone in the bus will say, I will kill you. They've hired more and more state security agents to terrorize and intimidate the population so that the people won't criticize the government.
Yeah.
It was easy to criticize the government in the days of John Pombe Magufuli than it is now. It was easy to even plan to demonstrate than it is now. It is now more difficult. And to those opposition leaders which were bribed by this Islamic movement in Tanzania, I want to say shame on you, but I want to also warn you that you are going to perish one by one. You are a betrayer to the people of Tanzania. This animal called Islam is not developing Tanzania. I've been to Tanzania more than 10 times so far in my life. Go to Zanzibar. The only beauty in Zanzibar is of 5-star hotels built by the shores and by the beaches of the sea. Zanzibar is like a shanty town. It's a town made of shacks. There is no proper town planning. There is no proper infrastructure. It's embarrassing. I said to myself when I visited it for the first time, why is this place so famous? The beaches are beautiful. The infrastructure is terrible. As I speak to you now, how many airplane crashes have happened in Tanzania in the past 5 years? As we speak right now, as recent as last month, there's a plane crash that happened in Kenya, and there's another one that happened in Tanzania a few months ago. Arabs do not build Africa just like the other continents, other colonizers. They steal money from Africa. They go and build their own countries. The Arabs that are running businesses in Tanzania are not building Tanzania. Go to Dar es Salaam and tell me that Dar es Salaam qualifies to be called a city. It's a slum, in my opinion.
Okay.
It is supposed to be a city 50 years ago, not in 2024. There's no town planning at all. Some of the buildings are falling.
Hey.
So I know what I'm talking about. Tanzanians, did you know that your former president did not die a natural death? He was assassinated by a rogue movement, which is like an octopus, spreading its tentacles slowly and gradually. Its desire is to conquer Africa. We are all going to be living in Islamic states if we are not careful. But I also want to give a prophecy concerning Tanzania. A few years from now, there is going to be a very, very tumultuous situation in Tanzania, because God is going to raise people who are going to use all means necessary to rise against the Islamicization of Tanzania, because it is against the people of Tanzania.
Amen.
Some of them are being forced by economic conditions to join Islam. Some of them are forced by social conditions to join Islam. If you go into so many high-density locations in Tanzania, in urban areas, the only beautiful thing in their cities is a mosque. The clinics are terrible. The roads are terrible. The houses are terrible. The schools are terrible. The only beautiful thing you find is a mosque. That's where you see Islamic colonization.
Okay.
They build very beautiful mosques. They neglect the needs of the people from which they are milking the money that have made them rich. So many sons of Africa have sold their souls to join hands with these Islamic cult and mafia leaders by subjugating their own people, oppressing their own people, selling out their own people. God is aware of what is happening.
Yes.
There is no Messiah that will come outside Tanzania. God will raise a deliverer from among your people. There are going to be young men and young women who are going to come up with a very, very strong political organization. And that organization is going to say, if we need to go to war, we shall go to war to free our nation from this parasitic movement that is not developing the country. Tanzania is not getting better. It's getting worse. It's this Islamic cult, Islamic gang, it's Islamic mafia group that is getting rich. The nation is getting worse. I told you I've been there more than 10 times. I know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to talk about the shady deals they are doing with the Chinese companies to build substandard infrastructure. The expansion of the Julius Nyerere International Airport, I've been there many times. That's not an international airport. That's an embarrassment of an investment. But what pains us is the money that the ordinary Tanzanians are going to pay back to China for a substandard project at the instigation of sold out leaders. Like I told you, John Magufuli was not a saint. He's a signatory to some of those shady deals with China.
All right.
And we shouldn't blame China for all this damage. Our leaders are the ones who signed those unequal deals with China. And they know that these deals are not good for the country. They are getting brown envelopes in offshore accounts from the Chinese government. These are corruption-based deals. They enrich the political leaders. They impoverish the nation. And that is regrettable. But I want to say to you, one day, someone who is going to be aggrieved is going to expose the truth concerning the death of John Pombe Magufuli. He didn't die a natural death. And the woman that is governing Tanzania right now, she knows everything that I have said so far. What I have said is true. But our people in Tanzania are sleeping. They need to wake up.